Good evening. Welcome to tonight's On the Edge with me, Theo Chalmers. Tonight's show is 2 hours long and live, so if you have any questions from my guests during the show, text them to 87778 with the word EDGE, a space, and then your name, location, and your message, and we'll try to pick up any that really hit the mark. They're all charged at standard rate, so why not get ready to text? Tonight, I'd like to take you on a journey back in the mists of time. A time when the people of this planet would treat their ailments with local herbs, fruits, berries, roots and plants. Over millennia, they learned what worked and in what dosage and for what condition. For instance, they would suck on a piece of willow bark for pain relief. Today, science tells us that willow bark contains salicylic acid, which is simply aspirin. There are still many societies, some of them primitive, but many, like the Chinese, extremely sophisticated, would still practice natural medicine in this way, except nowadays they are more likely than not to have some plant biologists living nearby, bribing them to reveal their secrets, and then attempting to claim a patent on their findings. In the meantime, here in the UK, a government agency, the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, MHRA, appears to be on a mission to shut down or seriously hamper those promoting natural medicine. Tonight's show features two people who both work in the fields of natural health and who are fighting hard to preserve our right to suck a tree whenever we feel like it. They are author, model, campaigner and founder of Joining Hands in Health, Daunne Alexander, MBE, and leading scientist on natural health issues and founder of the Alliance for Natural Health, Dr. Robert Verkerk. What a show we've got tonight. Welcome to you both.
Hi, thanks. Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome. It's very nice to meet you. I think I'm going to start with you, Daunne, if I may.
Okay.
So you've got a very interesting story, haven't you? Okay. About, how you got involved in natural health. You want to tell us?
Do you really want to hear? Okay, I hope you don't mind me referring to my notes because I know it's only a 2-hour show. Yeah, and if I don't control my tongue, we'll be here till next week at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. Well, like I said before to you, I know I was sent here to do this job. Now, if I go back over the past 60 years, I notice that my life's journey has taken me through an order to awaken, alert, and educated me to where I am today. Now, I'd like to take you back on a short journey to where we arrive now, of going back into ancient times where life was based on natural, traditional living and their quality of life then. Now, I'm not that old, but I have had a brief period in that time. Well, you just told
everybody how old you are.
As well as nowadays where we're basically living on artificial ingredients and our quality of life today can be clearly seen as to how healthy we are.
Okay.
So back in the day, women had lots of children, 10, 15, a mini nursery. Thank God that's changed. Unfortunately, my mother had a very difficult time during childbirth, and although she lost quite a few as premature babies or stillbirths, I was the 4th survivor, but was still premature and given only a month to live. But fortunately, my late grandmother's faith, knowledge on the health benefits of natural foods and herbal remedies.
And this is in Trinidad?
In Trinidad. Yes, beautiful Trinidad. Enabled me to survive against the odds. But I was also told that my mother told my mother, I mean, I was a baby, right? that this one is not going to die. She came here to serve a special purpose. Now, in their day, their spirituality was based on natural communication with God. Now, some people will think, pardon, you're speaking to God. But this was before religion came to confuse us and to block that divine space. So if they had any problems...
Are you saying then that organised religion intercedes on your behalf with God? Is that what you're saying?
Wait till I get there. All right, we'll get to it. So, in fact, whenever they had a problem, they didn't have a doctor to go to. The person they believed and trusted was God. So they'll go and meditate, fast, and pray, and know that within 3 days they will get an answer, either from God himself, their guardian angels, or other spirit masters. And that's how it worked.
Okay.
And it worked. So with that, my great-grandmother, I was told, who had gone childbearing age, re-stimulated her breast, breastfed me because my mother had to be in convalescence for about 3 months, which created a bond. And so in growing, although my parents raised me, my grandmother was always by my side. And believe me, to this day, I have not yet met an angel. She's the only angel I've ever met on this earth. Because she taught me everything I know about God, about our interconnected dependence on the universe, our togetherness as one, love. But she was also a country person who had acres of land, and every fruit, vegetable, herbs, etc. you can find was on there.
And she worked with these natural herbs as
She worked with natural herbs, and in their days, I call them now spiritual herbalists because their work was, their spiritualism came through direct channeling.
So you think there's a sort of immutable link between this God thing,
this God thing, whatever you want to call him,
and
it or her,
nature's bounty thing, the herbs and
yes.
Okay.
But you see, before we had religion, you see, you had to learn somehow how to survive. And they survived purely on natural foods. And again, remember, the earth was also not polluted. So everything was grown naturally. One of the things, a few of the things she would tell me was that whatever you put into the earth, it will yield itself back to you. So respect Mother Earth and appreciate her bounties. Poison the soil and you're killing yourself. I can now understand that.
yeah.
But one thing she used to repeat was that what I'm teaching you now, you will look back in your later years and laugh, but you will use it for the benefit of humanity.
And this is the mission you're on.
And this is what the mission I'm on.
I'm going to show the camera. If you can just put the camera on me for a second. This is your book. It's called A Mission of Love.
Yeah.
That you self-published.
Yeah.
With money that you made as a model.
No, as a businesswoman.
As a business, I do beg your pardon, as a businesswoman. Okay. But you did have a very good break, didn't you, with modelling?
Yes.
It's in the book anyway. So this is A Mission of Love, Inspiration, Enlightenment and Controversy. Okay.
Fused to create a book of conscience.
Fused to create a book of conscience. I didn't read it all.
Okay.
And you've got another name here, haven't you? You're not just Dawn Alexander, you're Orishua.
Yes.
Is this a spiritual name then?
This is a spiritual name God gave me and said it means the power of the seventh star, the spiritual master, communicator and teacher.
Okay. Good. Well, that's been a good start.
That's a nice start.
I'm going to get Robert in the room, I think. So, Robert, let's hear a little bit about your... Well, actually, I'm going to read a little bit of stuff about you because I've got your biog here, which is pretty impressive. You've got a Bachelor of Science with honours at the University of Westminster, Master of Science with distinction at Imperial College London, Diploma of Imperial College at Imperial College, and a PhD in philosophy at Imperial College.
It's a PhD. All PhDs are doctors of philosophy, but mine is in science.
Oh, okay, but
Yeah.
you've also been a research scientist, haven't you?
When I completed my PhD, I went on at Imperial College and worked for about 7 years as a postdoc researcher. Yeah.
And what were you doing researching?
What I was involved in the field of sustainable agriculture, looking, the technical area is called multi-trophic interactions, so it's looking how to grow wholesome foods without the use of chemicals. So using
natural fertilizers? And
using natural systems where you are relying on the best possible genotype in the plant, you're relying on healthy soils, and you're relying on natural control systems with all the, if you like, the birds and the bees and the insects and the pollinators and the natural enemies.
I think